I always enjoy going to a good art exhibit. Last year I went to two. One was on M.C. Escher in Houston, Texas, and another one was on Vincent van Gogh in Detroit, Michigan. I have no prospects of going to this one here, but I was intrigued enough to request the DVD called Close to Vermeer. This is a Kino Lorber title that will be coming out later in July. July 11th, I think, is the release date for the disc. It's currently available for streaming on their Kino Now service. But the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam is putting together a world-class and pretty much unprecedented exhibition of Vermeer masterpieces. I think they've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 27 of his paintings, of which there are like maybe in the mid-30s are attributed to him overall for his entire career. There are several that are in private hands or at least are not movable because of the fragility of the painting, or because the owners or the bequesters made specific limits on how the paintings could travel or could not travel. In any case, I ramble on. Close to Vermeer is really kind of a documentary of how this exhibition came together. All the work that it took, the diplomacy, the high-stakes negotiations to get some of these extremely expensive and one-of-a-kind works of art all under the same museum's roof. Believe me, there's a lot of pressure to make something like that happen. There's also some interesting controversy that's covered here. Some very subtle and refined and technologically advanced analysis has taken place on some of the paintings, calling some of their genuineness into question. Not that they were outright frauds or forgeries, but they were works attributed to Vermeer where there's some evidence that says that it may not, because of some stylistic choices and some technical things that make certain paintings kind of the exception to what's known of Vermeer's most legitimate and unquestioned work. He's a fascinating artist. There's not a lot known about him as a person. He lived a pretty average life. He was an art dealer and collector, a father of, I think, 14 children, 11 of which survived him. So, you know, he was very much involved in the affairs and business of his times. But this DVD really takes you into his world a little bit closer. It's not really so much about Vermeer the man. There's not a whole lot to be said or explored here, but it is about the power of his art, the effect that it has on people who've really kind of been entranced by his unique work, his masterful handling of light and texture, and kind of a photorealistic effect back in the 17th century, in the mid-1600s, when that type of realism was very difficult to achieve and not as widely practiced. He was a contemporary of Rembrandt, a bit younger than Rembrandt, didn't survive him by too much longer though, because he died when he was only 42 years old. So I got a lot of good benefit from this DVD. I probably will watch it again. It's like I say, it's available on streaming. If you've got the fortune to go visit the Rijksmuseum, this is essential viewing. If you're just interested in the power of art and the mechanics behind the scenes that it takes to put together a world-class exhibition, this film will give you a very good look at how it all works out. There are also a few deleted scenes on here and a trailer. Not a whole lot for the extras, but those deleted scenes were actually pretty interesting. I'm glad we have them, even though perhaps they didn't flow with the rest of the film as well. So yeah, this is a thumbs up review if you're into art, Vermeer, or museum, in the inner workings of that whole business.